Hello and welcome back to Pat's Kitchen. I am Chef Pat and today we are going to be making 4 scrumdiddlyumptious desserts, breakfast, snacks, whatever you want to call them, that are actually not so bad for you. Disclaimer, I say that because they're like the healthier version of other things. I personally have the belief that you can eat whatever you want in moderation and it's okay. But for the sake of YouTube and everything that entails, that's what we're calling this today. So without further ado, let's get started. First thing is banana bread mug cake. Okay, these are the ingredients you're gonna need. Oats or oat flour. If you don't have oat flour, you will need a blender. Maple syrup, vanilla extract, banana. Specifically half a banana for the portion size we're making today, but if you wanna make more, you will need more bananas. Milk of choice. If you wanna make it vegan, use those options. I have chocolate Fairlife today, so that's what we have. And chia seeds. So, step 1, we gotta preheat the oven. Oven preheat 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, take your oven safe dish. This one is glass and it says oven safe. So you know it's safe to use in the oven. Banana. Half, I eyeballed it. Half a cup of oat flour. I don't have oat flour, so Chef Pat, life hack, I'm gonna make my own. Okay, maybe if you have a funnel or a piece of paper or something, you can do that. Nice. Teaspoon. 2 teaspoons. I was super tempted to get like the ultra refined sugary maple syrup that comes in the shape of a beautiful woman, but then I was like, I don't know. I feel like there's like genuinely no difference. Organic maple syrup. Maybe there is. The only ingredient is organic maple syrup. But I just know this one doesn't taste as good. It tastes the way nature intended, and that's not what I want. But that's what we have today. A 1/4 teaspoon. I will use this 2 times. Math. I forgot to mention this. Baking powder. So hopefully you didn't run out and get all the ingredients right away, because, my bad. Half a teaspoon. So that means 2/4 of a teaspoon. Vanilla extract. 1/4.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob!
Milk of choice. Half cup. So my banana bread is going to be chocolate today, obviously. If you don't like that, don't do that. Last but certainly not least, chia seeds, 1 teaspoon. Ew, 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 they're sticking to it. Ew! Triggering my tryptophobia. Then you put that straight in the oven. No, I'm just kidding, we're gonna mix it. Today I'm mixing with a fork. I prefer mixing with a fork rather than a spoon because I like the way that the ingredients mesh through the lines of the fork. Something about that to me is just a better mix. I know I asked this question in a previous cooking video and people were saying, no, Patty, the spoon has more surface area so it mixes better. I don't know, guys. I kind of like the way it goes through the fork lines. Mix how you want, though. Voila! Now we're gonna bake it for 20 minutes. I know, 20 minutes. I'm sorry. If it was me looking for a recipe, I'd be like, 20 minutes? Give it to me now, under 5. But alas, sometimes you must wait for good things. Sometimes you don't have to, but today you do. So, 20 minutes. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, so I'm gonna check on it. Smells nice. To be honest, I think it's good. It could go for another 5, but I'm not gonna let it. Now the final step, which is optional, is you can put chocolate chips on it, or you can put whatever you want, but I'm gonna put chocolate chips. And I'm gonna just put the serving size, which is 1 tablespoon. You can also put these on before you start baking, and then they'll like bake into it. I don't like doing that because I don't know if I don't like doing that. I just didn't do that. But you can do that if you want. And this is the finished product. Yay! I know this is gonna be hot as frick. See, it's kind of still moist because I didn't give it the full 20. But you can see the banana chunks. Yummy. It's good. Next, we're gonna make chocolate orange balls. I tried to choose recipes that had some ingredients that were the same because I hate buying ingredients for a recipe and then never using them again. So, this next one also has oats and chia seeds. The ingredients you will need: oats, an orange, dates, cacao powder, chia seeds, chocolate, and coconut oil. This part's kind of optional, but I think it's gonna be a lot better with it. In our blending device, 1/2 cup of oats. Golly! 1/2 tablespoon of chia seeds. 1/2 tablespoon cacao powder. It's kind of hard to tell because these are like all different sizes, but 3 to 4, I'm using 3 1/4 dates. I'm also going to chop them for blending ease. Bueno. Lastly, juice from an orange. Just grab it like that. Yeah. This also works better if you have a food processor, but I don't, and there's frickin' no way I was gonna buy one to make orange balls. So, we're gonna use the blender. Just need some convincing. Whoa, isn't that awesome? Wow. Yeah. Bueno. Next, we need to make the balls. Ball. Okay, now in this bowl, I have 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips and 1/2 teaspoon of coconut oil. You can also do this part on the stove. I'm using the microwave though, so let's see how it goes. Very gently, 20 seconds at a time. Yeah, I got scared. 30 seconds. It's a good thing I stopped at 30 seconds. Okay, it only took 50 seconds in total. Now, I'm going to drizzle the chocolate. You can also dip them. I'm not gonna do that though. Wow, aren't they gorgeous? Huh? Now we put them in the refrigerator to set.
A few moments later.
All right, let's try one of our chilled chocolate orange balls. So if you want to make it more orangey, you can add orange, what's the word? What's the word? When you like shave the orange? Zest. Okay, if you want to make it more orangey, you can add orange zest. But I don't have a zester, and I didn't really want to figure out how to do that. So, but I think it would also make it very pretty. Anyway, orange ball. I was a little bit worried because my blender almost died making these, so I don't know. Also, the only real sweetness, apart from the chocolate obviously, is the dates, which is kind of minimal. But it does taste like one of those very expensive snacks you would get from a high-priced health store. So, yeah, baby, homemade health. Next, we have high-protein banana pudding. Here's the ingredients: maple syrup, cottage cheese, banana. Those are the mandatory ingredients. These are the optional ones that I recommend you should also use: Greek yogurt, whipping cream, powdered sugar, granola. Let's begin. In our blending cup, 1 cup cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. Now, the reason I said this is optional is because the original recipe doesn't call for the Greek yogurt, and I probably wouldn't use it because Greek yogurt's like super Greek yogurt flavored, you know what I mean? But my blender does not blend cottage cheese very well, and I know that Greek yogurt blends better, so I'm hoping it will help. Banana, 1. And maple syrup of choice, 1 tablespoon. A wee taste test. Pretty good. Actually, I don't think it needed the Greek yogurt because it blended pretty well. I am gonna add a dash of vanilla extract though. Just a dash. Just a dash. Oh, that was more than just a dash. Okay, now we're gonna make homemade whipped cream. I don't really remember the recipe and I'm not gonna Google it, but I did make this once with my dad like a year ago, so I can figure it out. 3 tablespoons. How many more? 4 tablespoons. Half a tablespoon of powdered sugar. And then you whip it. I'm gonna use a frother because I think that will work well. It's peaking, kind of. Okay, nice. Muy bien. Now we're gonna layer. I have this here granola that I got from the grocery store, strawberry, chocolate. You can even make your own granola. I'm not gonna do that today, but you can. I'm gonna use the other half of the banana from the other recipe. Nice. You can't tell that I decorated it, that's okay. Yay! There you go. If I'm being honest, the homemade whipped cream recipe might be the best thing in this whole video. It will add decadence to any meal. That is delicious. Okay, and the final recipe. I did not save best for last. I'm actually not sure this is gonna turn out good, but you and me are gonna find out together. So, it's a single serve protein brownie! Yay! In our oven safe bowl, let's combine 1 egg. I'm gonna try to do this really cool. Oh, I already messed up. Oh, never mind. Egg, non-fat Greek yogurt. I think the vanilla would be really good. I have plain. 1/3 cup. 1 tablespoon sweetener of choice. I have stevia. Honestly, use whatever you want. 1 tablespoon of chocolate protein powder. I don't have chocolate, so I have vanilla protein powder. Gorilla Mind! Code B. They also do have chocolate protein powder. I just don't have it. 1 tablespoon. But don't worry, the chocolate will still come into play because we have 3 tablespoons of cacao powder. Cacao powder is like that one ingredient that I always buy and then I'm upset with because I'll use it for a recipe, never use it again, forget that I have it, and then buy another container. So I'm not gonna forget this time and I'm gonna use this bad boy. That's what it's looking like. I also forgot to mention, and I forgot to do it, but preheat the oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna bake this puppy for 15 minutes. There we go. Okay, still piping hot. Like, super fudgy. Almost like a mousse. This one's kind of weird. This one's a little bit weird. But it's kind of what I expected. It's not bad though. It's not bad. It's not bad. In terms of scrumdiddlyumptiousness, this one is so fire. That one actually kind of surprised me. I wouldn't have expected it to be that good. Could just be my taste buds, but I was like, yo, that was really good. And like really not a lot of ingredients needed. So that was awesome. This one was my second favorite. I think mostly because of the chocolate coating. If I'm honest, I love a chocolate coating. Then this one, then this one. So yeah, I didn't say the best for last. But this one might be better when it's cool. I did have it when it was really hot, so that definitely could have changed my experience. But yeah, they're all pretty good, and they were all not very difficult to make, especially if you have the right tools and ingredients. And that's all I got for today. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I would also appreciate if you would drop a comment below, a silly comment, any kind of comment. Let me know which one you think you would like the most, if any, or if you think you would not like any of them. What would you like to see? What would you like to indulge in? Comment below, let me know. Please also, if you could like the video, I really appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already so that I can see you in the next episode. Adios!